to go. And they are all set as their guys will do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They go play action here on first down. And open right side, it's Rodgers. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Go. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Chase B.
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now this time, Breeze will throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Who we doing that? Oh, shit.
Easy, kill. 36. 21.
So the final time.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Noah Spence in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Say none of that kid shit.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And this is caught.
Oh, yeah, get saucy. Look at me, Lee.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Freaky, Lee.
Smith, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
You know, I whipped that out of my bag, Lee.
Will Watts on for the point after.
I mean, did you see the nigga wide open? Was it Breeze or was it wide open with the play?
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Hey, Lee, I'm throwing this thing. He better not.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Toot was playing.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
Oh, what? You don't think Toot can do it? You supposed to rain tomorrow?
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
It sound like dog over there jumping on my leg. Hold on. Let me get my little brother's ball back.
Let's go now.
Are you sorry, Lee?
Ready. Who ready?
Now Jameis on 2nd down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going. It's Winston. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. But he will not get away. He stops short of the marker. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come here. Pussy. This nigga better stop jamming, my nigga. I don't give a fucking team cover this right now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
Oh, Thomas!
The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Ready. Ready. 21.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Breeze.
Let's go, Breeze. Look at this dot right here. Now, look, he looking like something now, League. I don't know what happened. He heard what I said about him.
Give him 30 yards there.
No, you ain't see that, did you, League? You didn't see that cover. You see these. Put it together. Niggas praying on my downfall. Fuck that, I want all of y'all.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football.
Hey, chill. Ready. Yellow lady.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ted Ginn, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Pretty safe.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Now it's Adam Humphries on the return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. a second down throw for Winston. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep run. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And they'll run it here. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Second down, Winston.
Oh, this nigga sold his soul, dog. Watch this shit, Lee. I hate when they make the DBs do this shit, dog.
O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game.
That's terrible, dog.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, we let that pass get like that. Which one nigga was out there like?
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. That's fielded in the end zone. So quick on the spin.
Oh, he's spinning, man.
Let's go, Ted Ginn. Get freaky.
Go.
Get freaky. Who the fuck is this white boy coming to Ted Ginn?
New Orleans. Ted Ginn with what they'll score a 106-yard return. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
You see that nigga?
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Lutz good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, Winston. They'll roll him out right. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers.
I feel like I got to do against
48 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Down to the 25. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Well, I've never seen this one. It's 2nd down, and the punt team is out there. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Sit right there, Luke.
From the gun, Winston. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
See, that's usual.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Oh,
so time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Look at this nigga there. Joseph a down round right past the nigga, dog. That's the shit they be killing me,
They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, it's an offense. You know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like a you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision.
Why is he going inside?
Let it go. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective one.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Drew Brees does it again. 3 first-half touchdown passes for him now. And the Saints add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Wow, you are here stinky.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
I'm finishing my game in this Madden. It's about to be halftime. Picky. He's sick off that.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. A final shot before half for Breeze. Finds his man, Watson over the middle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. All right, hang on, we'll jump over halftime. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Alford. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Throwing now is Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started in minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play.
And this nigga dropped it, dog.
Incomplete. Boy.
This nigga drops the rock, dog.
He had it and dropped it. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Now Winston. Escaping the pressure right. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Ready? Blue lady. Hey. Follow. Follow. Let me go.
A 1st down throw for Winston. Steps away to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On second down, Winston again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Ready? Black 22. Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours?
Play fake. Winston. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So after the INT, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Breeze hands to Ingram, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a third down. From the gun, it's Breeze. He can run for it, and he will. And avoids the contact by sliding. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On second down, Ingram. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers on. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Here's Humphreys. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Ready. Blue ready.
And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Ready. Blue ready. Boys, head up. Green, triple C. Boys, head up.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Solid coverage on the play by Devondre Campbell. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
5-0. Check
3rd and long for Winston. Forced out to his left. drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Ready? Blue ready.
Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Again, it's Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. The big fella. He's at the 50, the 40. Past the 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They have the big cushion, Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Here we go.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Let's go. 38. 38.
Able to power through. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And an alley to run. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who.
I'll tell you, man.